but yeah. Well, I think that the every bot is kind of pog. Also, the notification sent out says that we're working on chassis CAD. So you guys are still doing meetings, even though the school kind of shut that down? Oh, I was told that otherwise. It's fine. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I'm on to something. We don't need to use pneumatics, but the original arm design could still work if you just had a shaft running into the bearing that moves the linkage up and down. Like it still makes the rotation. I don't know why I ever accounted for that not being the case. Huh. Huh. Wait. Yes. No. Yes. Huh. What was I thinking? Huh. So in theory, live, did you change the notification? Oh. Hmm.
Hello. Hello. I need to turn my music down so I can think. Okay. Yeah. Hello world. I don't know how to program.
Got him.
Well. Okay. So skipping the meeting today to meet here instead. And we're gonna work on CAD. I have here with me Nate, a former student, as well as me. Um, he's now mentoring with us.
That is definitely a description.
That is definitely a description. Um, so as you can see here, we got pretty much all of the base, the chassis, and everything done. We've got our shooter hood basically conceptualized, and we just have to go through and do a little bit more to get it fully ready. I might go through and add some more angles of and hole patterns along those angles to give us some more adjustability. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to start working on getting our rotating climber gearboxes mounted somewhere around here. Yeah. If we're lucky, maybe Sushi will join us at some point.
That
Maybe
would
not.
be lucky indeed.
Nate is working on the intake, but you can't really see him because we're not that good at streaming.
Yep.
But you can see his little Limelight logo down there.
Limelight is me.
Limelight do be you. You are a Limelight.
Mm-hmm. Plug gameplay.
So he's working on drawing some geometry for an intake. Um, we're thinking we'll just have it rotate down. And to go back to our conversation earlier, Nate, yeah, you probably can just mount it to the bumper rail as long as it's on the inside. I don't know if I said that or not.
No, yeah. I was kind of assuming that because, yeah, that's fine.
Um, I also like how there's a bearing just handed out here.
That was for something, but I ended up deleting most of the assemblies I had. So
Here you can see our outdated shooter hood. It's obnoxious and big, but it was fun.
it was
Uh,
fun.
Hello, CJ. I'm gonna be slow to respond to chat because it's way over here on my right on a separate computer because I don't have two monitors like I should. Um, at some point I'll get them, but whatever. Okay. So let's get to work. Where should? Do you think for you, do I need to start first on the getting the shooter hood and all that finalized, or working on
Just the
the
overall location of the
climber
superstructure.
or like the climber gearbox?
I think the superstructure would probably
Okay.
be the best because then I can determine mounting points, and then from there I can figure out, you know,
All right.
yeah.
So
So in theory, though, the old design can work, um, because instead of just having pistons shoot it forwards, it's just a motor on the bearing rotating it. I
oh,
think.
for your intake.
Yeah,
Okay.
and realistically, we only need one set of motors. We don't need one on top and bottom. We could have probably just have like surgical tubing or something.
Right. Now, was I editing this here? I was. Okay. Um. All right. So let's work on this. So I need to make a construction circle, and I'll just. Oh,
Also, I don't know
Okay.
if you saw, but I had paged the programming team and asked them about like the intake camera. Sounds like that's the route that they want to go down.
What do you mean, the intake camera?
So basically, there's two purposes to it. Um, it's either just straight up driver vision, or it's for like tracking power or cargo. So there's like this camera that Mr. Han says that he has called a Pixie. It's basically like a limelight for pieces, for game pieces.
Hmm.
So if you mount it to the front, then the intake when it's intaking, you should be able to either just use that as a camera or use it as a tracking mechanism, so the robot will be able to lock on and then intake the game piece really easily.
Interesting. On shape, sometimes you're great. Sometimes.
Ah,
Sometimes.
yeah. So I watched the 1678 like CAD workshop. And they kind of just went over like how they manage their CAD sub team and how they use Onshape and stuff. And this doesn't apply to our situation, but what they do is they just split up their subassemblies into multiple documents so that it's easier to load.
Right. Um, yeah, that. I mean, that would work, but
That would work, but it only works because they have like 3 or 4 people on each
okay.
sub
I just.
assembly.
It's, in my mind, it makes it harder to keep track of, um, you know, how things go together. I mean, obviously, you could just import from one to the other, but
That is something that they mentioned is that it's kind of hard to figure out how everything fits together. But
um,
also they build 3 robots throughout a season, so
yeah, fair.
they don't care that much.
Quite fair. I didn't need to do any of those things that I just did. I don't need to add angle adjustment for the uptake. I just need it for the exit angle. Okay, I've already got one there. For those that have spent a lot of time on Chief Delphi, um, this is actually literally an exact copy of 4481, the Rembrandts, one of the Dutch teams. Um, they put their CAD for one of their shooter prototypes out publicly, and I said I will gladly take that. um, because that is what the Open Alliance project is all about. um, we were going a different
Yeah,
direction with this design, and it was going to be obnoxious, and I just don't think it was
heavy.
going to work out. Um, so we've graciously borrowed theirs. I graciously accepted their CAD. Um, we're gonna make some modifications to it here and make it our own. So what I'm doing here is getting the hole pattern geometry, um, and then what I'm going to do is run some lines through the already existing hole patterns, construction lines specifically. I need to put a point there. I guess I really didn't need to do that, but it's okay. Get a line out here. Make that coincident with this. I guess then I need to find the angle here. It's 18 degrees. I don't like the numbers that they went with, but that's okay. We'll just.
Probably because it's all in centimeters.
Well, it's 8 degrees aren't in metric
Oh,
or English.
I'm not looking at you.
um, CJ, Send Cut Send is great, but we have a sponsor here locally, Charleston Rubber and Gasket, and we're probably going to use them for sheet metal parts. We normally use the Bosch water jet. They're our primary sponsor, and they're usually pretty good about getting stuff out quickly. But like the rest of the world, they're having some issues right now. So we're going to go with one of our other sponsors, and hopefully they'll be able to do things for us quickly. It still costs us money, but it costs us less than sending it to somebody else. And I mean, Bosch does it for free, but that's not an option. So I wonder if I should do just another one at 9, or if I should do 2. I think just one more at 9 degrees between them would be fine.
Yeah, sure. I'm not watching you, so I only have a vague idea of what you're doing.
What? What? Degrees. There we go. I shouldn't really need to add any more here. Okay. Circle. Yeah. What size do they make these holes? Those some hefty holes for some 1/4-inch bolts, but yeah, they're probably using metric. That might be. Those are still okay. Whatever. I'm just gonna do the same as that. I don't even know why I measured it. I can just equal. Confusion. Hello.
Confusion.
Just. Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay, and then I should be able to linear pattern. Not that way. There we go. I don't even need to do all these extra lines. Oh well. Again, too late. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And there it is. Okay. Solve that. Nope. Do not solve that.
I think you should solve that.
I should not have. Okay. You know what? I need to get dimensions. I don't know why I keep doing that. Center distance 0.591. now we linear a pattern. Eight. That's set to 1. Let me bring this up a little bit so I can do it a little bit easier. Let's do a coincident that with I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, that's no bueno.
So I'm going to do this the hard way instead of the easy way because I'm apparently bad at math.
What are you doing here?
To make sure those are all okay. Click, 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 click. Make those all equal to that guy. And I think I just did something wrong. Or did I? No. D. That one. Not D. Just measure. 0.315. Stop measuring things. Measure the things I want you to tell, not the things I tell you to measure. Okay. Good. That should be enough adjustment. Go that way. It can't hurt to add more. It'll just lighten it up a little bit more.
Okay.
True. Circle. I don't think that one tethered to both. There we go. Loaded. Okay, and then that's it. Right? Okay. Select them all first. Also, you can stop measuring now. All right. opinion here. Um, do you think that two L brackets um,
Okay.
at the base of this tower will be enough to hold it to the superstructure base, considering the fact that there'll be churro tube going all along, all these, not all of them, but obviously the whole path of the hood.
Two on each side.
Yeah, so for each piece of it, one at the front, one at the back. There won't be one on the inside, just on the outside.
I feel like no matter what you do, unless you add extra bracing somewhere else, it's gonna be wobbly. And I don't know how bad that will be for firing and stuff. Sorry, shooting.
I wonder if I just add uh, another piece of 1 by 1, going up on the base. That should be enough to hold it, right?
Along this, like along the side, the inside of it.
Um, Let me just solve this sketch.
Well, depending on
Um,
how you,
Let me come back to the
depending
document.
on how you plan on indexing it, it's gonna leave less room for the balls to travel through.
Okay, I'm in mockup.
Okay, hold on.
Um, if you want to do me a heckin' follow, and then you can see my mouse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, initial thought was just L bracket. This would be moved a little farther more. There, ish. So just L bracket, um, here and here.
And then again on the other
Yeah, and then again on
side
the
of
other
the,
side.
again,
So
since
not
you have no,
not here, but the other side here.
okay, so
And then we
what
got
if,
Churro tube running the whole path of this.
okay, so I think what if you, we've already talked about this before, but what if you had bracing for the climbers as well? That would brace both the climber and the shooter hood. You know what I mean?
Trying to think of how to go about that.
It might have to be like FMS or something. You drill like you thread and drill some FMS into the side of the hood, and then that just kind of comes out and wraps around the stage of the telescope. You could even have it so that you mount it on those bolts and stuff that go through the top stage of the telescope.
FMS.
It's the only material that I can think of that you can just straight up thread and drill into the side of the hood,
Yeah.
unless you can figure out a more elegant method. That's just what I'm thinking off the top of my head.
I wish we had a welder at our disposal.
I think Herbie took welding. I
Oh, no,
think.
I don't know. I know how to weld.
Oh,
We
did
don't have
somebody? Oh,
a the actual
the
machine.
material. Mm,
The machine, not the material is what we're holding.
got it. I feel like no matter what you do, we're gonna need support for the top of the climber stage, anyways.
Hmm.
But then also it kills two birds with one stone. It braces both the climber and the shooting hood.
The
Unless you
problem.
just add like a big piece of support that comes down from the top of superstructure to either the side of the frame rail or to the front near the intake or something. You're not going to be adding. It's going to be really wobbly by the time it gets to the top. Like it's going to be well supported on the bottom, but at the top it's going to be kind of maybe not. I get that you're having churro going across, but I feel like it's still going to be wobbly. And this is going to be made out of like polycarb or Lexan or something, right?
I mean, we were thinking just some thin aluminum because it.
Ooh.
So this entire shooter hood, because it's thin, is only like 3 pounds. That big obnoxious one that I made that was actually smaller than this as far as surface area was 4 pounds because I had it set to be an 1/8 inch. But that
Well,
is clearly too much. I think they made this out of like 90 ish, which isn't that much less actually. I say that.
well, the one on Chief Delphi, it looks like they made it out of laser cut wood.
Yeah,
That's
that
obviously prototype.
that one they did. Um, okay, so yeah, the thickness of material they have is uh, zero point 0.08.
Hmm.
Um,
So that I mean, aluminum will be rigid. Hmm.
the next idea that I was kind of trying to portray um, is um, just a piece of 1 by 1 coming up here on top of the structure. You can't go too far up, but it could go up to like here, and it could brace the inside. I couldn't really do one on the front though because of indexing.
Yeah. Personally, I don't think it's the bottom that's the problem, but
Um, hmm.
like any sort of tall structure is going to need some support beams from somewhere else. Like I feel like even really thin aluminum is probably going to flex at least a little bit. Wait, hold on. You can't do FMS, or you can't really do a brace because then you don't leave any room for the rotating arms. So F and chat for that idea.
Unless I just do some like not quite 45s off the bumper rail on the top of it. My dad seems to think that just the L brackets on the bottom, like the two L brackets on both sides, will be more than enough. I'm not positive.
If it's made out of aluminum, then maybe. Feel a little bit more confident about that, but then you got to think about, okay, well, if you're gonna think about like the amount of force that it's gonna be taking, like every time you shoot a ball, the amount of force that's gonna be like shot back into the hood, is that gonna like mess anything up? Does that make it? Does that make sense? Like like it's gonna give
Yeah,
it like a kickback.
yeah, the kickback course. I'm with you. Um, okay, let me. I should actually. Um,
So why can't you have one by one running like all the way up the middle near your like near this motor mount on the left side facing the like intake? You could have a one by one running from like here all the way up here, right? How far is this? It's more than one inch. So you just have it so that it's like coming from the base going up till about there because it's at this point that you're gonna have mounting area for other things.
that's a good call, Nate.
Cool beans.
I could probably do it on the front of it too.
Yeah, it won't be as tall because then you're gonna be running into things. But
Well, hang on. Um, I think I remember why.
why is that?
Yep. Because the inside distance, if we put one by one there, is
Yep.
8 inches.
Yikes, already.
Yikes-a-ronies indeed.
And then you can't really do it on the outside because then it's same problem. Well, could you do it on the outside? You're gonna run into some issues with the rotating arms, but there's still enough distance. The inside distance or the outside distance to the inside of the climbing arm is about 6 inches. So then you have about 5 inches of clearance, and then yeah, and then about one more uh for a two by one. You could probably do it on the outside, and then after that, it gives me area to mount an intake to.
Hang on. I stopped following like halfway through that, or mentally following halfway through it because I was you gave me an idea, and then I was kind of looking at my idea, and um, yeah. Anyways, say it again, basically.
The inside or the outside distance to the inside of this climber here
Mm-hmm.
is about it's 5.5 inches. So then
Right.
you remove one of that 4.5 inches. That's plenty of room for a rotating arm to go around. But then if you have a one by one going along the front of this, attached right here, front to the flush with the front of this. First of all, it doesn't intersect with any of this, but then it gives me room to mount stuff for intake. So,
Uh huh.
and then it will solve your problem because, yeah, it doesn't have to go all the way to the top, but right around here down, um, it would be a pretty decent support, and it will double as a mounting area for intake. And you still have enough room for rotating arms, I think. Yeah, because realistically, the arms are really, yeah, the arms should not interfere with this sort of, um, this sort of thing.
Okay. I think I know where I'm going with this.
Okay. Also, before you get working on, I know it's a little bit away, but before you get working on the like gear or the gearboxes for the arms, it's gonna be hard to like have one long axle going across and then having it go into each of the gearboxes. So we might have to get like a shaft coupler, which Vex sells.
Eesh.
Because like the hex shaft that comes out of the gearboxes, you can't unless you make that custom, you can't just have it go like have a half-inch hex shaft go into that gearbox.
Oh,
I think.
trying to figure out how to explain. This is mock-up, so I can just add whatever. Okay. Um, Configurable sport gearbox. Uh, I'll just put the 100 one. They have the They have the 325, but I'll just do the 100 because that's the only option they have in configurable. Um, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. That is a lot bigger than I thought it was. I mean, it's still do. Oh my.
Well, yeah, that is a lot bigger.
A lot bigger than I thought. It's
Uh,
still plenty doable. It's way smaller than that other gearbox we're looking at.
yeah. So, well, okay, hold on. So what you could do is you can mount two of them in the middle and then have those running belts going to the long
Well, hang on.
axle.
Let me. Okay. So, the plan is kind of like this, basically, and then um, I guess this would have to. Um, or we could put it inside the frame rail. Let me look how that goes. Let me hide the frame rail. Oh yeah, that'll work. So we can bolt it to the frame rail, um, and that'll fit under the superstructure. Um, are you still following, by the way, or not?
Mentally, I'm not following.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I meant like watching.
Yes, I am physically
Okay.
watching you, but
Um.
I meant not
So
following where this is going.
this will go through frame rail wherever here, and then we will have uh, gear, the 24 tooth gear
Yeah.
outside of the frame rail here,
Okay.
driving the 77 tooth gear, and the output shaft coming off of the then 77 would come all the way across. It would be a custom shaft for that.
Yeah. Okay. And so why two gears and not just like a belt and a pulley? or
Um,
a
space.
like a sprocket? Okay.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. The sprocket to get that kind of reduction has to be huge.
We still need more reduction after that.
Um, no, chain and sprocket. It gets big
Okay.
very quickly. Um, I mean, you saw with the everybot how much reduction that took to do.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to do our almost 1,000 to 1 reduction to rotate the whole robot out of chain and sprocket. And obviously this gearbox, but
Yeah.
I mean the 77 tooth gear that's on the 2019 arm versus the I don't know 52 tooth sprocket. The difference in size is ridiculous. I mean the sprocket is a good 6 inches, maybe 5 inches, but and then the 72 tooth is like 3 or 4 inches, which I mean uh, that can sit here and be fun. Do they have just gears in here? They do.
You didn't take it? Yeah, they definitely do.
Configurable. Um, half-inch explorer gears. 20 DP. What does a DP mean when it's talking about gears?
Uh, diametral pitch. So it's like it's either the inside or the outside of the ratio of the number of teeth to the pitch diameter. What's the pitch diameter? It's either the inside or the outside of the teeth. Okay, so the pitch diameter is the distance between teeth. So if you have a really big DP, then it's going to be a big gear. Gonna be cutting it close.
It do be a little bit close.
Why don't we just have gears as the wheels?
You're a genius, Nate.
I know. Why didn't we ever think?
Why don't we just use gears as the wheels? That'll be the ultimate traction on a loose surface.
Yeah.
The thing about that is we're on carpet, so that throws a wrench in that.
No, that's the only wrench. Okay.
That's the only wrench.
Well, that's
Otherwise, flawless. You don't need to add an extra gearbox onto it because the gear is the wheel.
yeah, that's crazy.
So it's another concept for direct driven. Um,
QB.
Doobie doobie doo.
Anyways, I didn't mean to pull you away from the superstructure, but I think I just needed to visualize how that would work with the current direction of the superstructure. So.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Why don't you go in a little bit further? Okay. Move in further a little bit again. What? Bro.
Jeez, you.
Why is it doing that? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong gear, that's why. Please go to the front view. Thank you. Front view.
Wait a minute. Oh wait, no, that's not what I was thinking of. There's this really cool website called hold on, let's see the exact name. The Unofficial FRC Mechanism Encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah, I
Uh,
saw that.
it's very cool. What the heck? So there's like the section for drivetrains. And so it's like, talking about H drive and tank and West Coast and swerve and stuff. And there's one down here that says no drivetrain, generally not feasible.
I mean, that's correct.
It is
It's,
correct. Why
it's,
have your own little section for that?
it's generally not feasible.
It, yeah, you are right. But then it's citing this robot from 2013 where it just does not have wheels. I think this robot's only goal was the climb, so they did not even have wheels.
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember that robot.
That's very funny.
I wasn't with really any team in 2013, but yeah, I have a vague memory of that. I remember seeing about it on Delphi at some point, I think. That was a strategy. There was a team in, I'm pretty sure there was a team in 2015 too, the year that we don't talk about, that just didn't move. They set the robot on the field, and you had a starting configuration, but as soon as the match started, it just unfolded and became a conveyor belt.
A conveyor belt. I don't remember
Basically,
what it was. 2015.
it's the year we don't talk about.
Uh,
Not as a team, as a first community.
yep, that one. Got it.
It's the Bruno of FRC. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about 2015. That is a very interesting reference.
Okay.
We might get demonetized.
Because we're making money off of this, anyways.
Yes, we are making so much money. I've
No.
already gotten 10 emails about my gear-only drivetrain.
Okay, I need to do some quick maths. Okay, so theoretically,
Theoretically.
well, I guess I don't have this mounted directly to the middle, but we should still have an inch and an eighth of ground clearance with that gear sticking out like that. But I also don't have this exactly in the middle, I don't think.
There's a way that you can mount it to that shaft. I think if you do two planar mates, then you just do it on either side of the hex shaft.
Well, the shaft
Thing.
isn't
Oh, is it not? Oh,
not
well,
precisely middle. I mean, it's close. So
it's
estimations
theoretically.
are estimations are probably pretty good, but
Well, the only thing that it's gonna run over is the like cable track in the middle of the field. Like there's no traversing, not on, not on the ground. There's no traversing on the carpet. There's not like a big aluminum, big lump of aluminum in the middle of the field like there was last year.
okay. So good news.
Good news.
My um, center distance is 0.973, which means it's actually I've actually got it lower than it would truly be.
Nice.
So that means it would actually have a little bit more ground clearance. Not a lot more. Like we're still cutting it close. It's a 7/8 thing, and that gives us a quarter of an inch.
And there isn't a smaller version of that gear.
Let
It
me
would not
see.
be any. It would not be very much smaller, but it would be smaller.
Um, just gears configurable. Not with half-inch hex bore.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, they do have 3/8 hex bore with a 32 DP.
Yeah, but
Um,
no output gearbox shaft is going to be able to do that.
well, the the other side of the gearbox is going to be a 24 tooth gear or less. Um,
Hmm.
and that can be half-inch, and then it's just gear to gear. It's not, you know.
True.
I guess my question then becomes: will the Vex mounting block take 3/8? I don't know.
Well, wait. Then why don't you? So why does the wait? I get wait. No, I was about to say I don't know how gearboxes work. But I thought why not just move the bigger gear somewhere else? But it's not gonna work.
Things I should do: close the MKCat thing while I'm working on trying to edit. Um, annoying. On shape, please. Okay, so that 3/8, or is this? No, yeah, 3/8 is smaller. Wow, I'm,
Quick math.
I had a moment. Um, problem is, oh, they do have 20 tooth steel. So if we want 2080, um, um, JVN calculator. Wherefore out there, friend. A classic indeed. Let me just close all the things. Um, ignore OBS for a second while I find uh, Excel thing. JVN. There it is. Um, those of you that are in first and don't know what this is, um, this is the JVN gearing and motor calculator. It is handy dandy, to say the least. That's updated.
Oh, the big block of text. That's always fun.
Nope. Yeah, they've updated this a lot. Or not JVM. Anyways, this whole spreadsheet gives you all sorts of gearing calculators for um, drivetrains. The stuff in blue is different kinds of drivetrains. Um, the custom drivetrains, and then articulating stuff, rotary mechanisms, which is what we're working on with our making our non-telescoping climbing arms rotate, similar to the Zookeeper's robot in 3 days. They got it for intake mechanisms, for linear mechanisms. But the last time they updated this spreadsheet was a few years ago, and because people have lives outside of FRC, surprise, I didn't know that was possible. Um, they are not updating this any farther. Um, I didn't mean to close out of OnShape. Oh well, too late. We're here. Um,
It gives you a good idea of what you need,
yeah.
even if it
So
isn't like.
that is something that they said quite specifically on the opening page that we saw, is that these are for reference only. Um,
Yeah, we're not gonna swear by it, but
right. Um, nope.
um, well. So this is another thing that I saw in that workshop, is that they 1678 put out this design tool like spreadsheet, and it, first of all, it has JVN's calculator built into it, but then it helps you keep track of like motors, so you like put in your motor for your intake or for your shooter, and then it's like, okay, what type of motor, um, and then it just kind of gives you a decent idea of like how things fit on the robot, or in like what kind of
Right.
it it looked pretty good. And like I said, first of all, it has JVN's calculator in it.
21020. 21020. Um, I just eh, eh. Don't need all the space. Just that. Stall torque 0.7, that's close enough. Stall current 130, that's close enough. Free current. That's not close at all. I mean, I guess it can. Yeah, that's not. Anyways, I don't really know how to calculate gearbox efficiency, so we're just gonna leave it. Arm load. We're rotating a whole robot, so we're just gonna.
125 ish. 127 maybe.
Uh, well, with battery and
Oh, that's
bumpers,
true. Yeah.
154 ish. Nate, how long do you reckon the arms are gonna be?
4 feet? That's my guess. I have not planned that out yet because I didn't know where it was going to be mounted yet. I would say probably 4 feet as just a guess. You know what? Let me look at the distance between the two, and just give you an estimate from there.
Make sure I have this right. Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's see. So the distance from between the mid bar and the high bar, maximum distance is going to be, hold on, make sure I'm doing this right. The maximum distance is going to be just over 2.5 feet. Well, no, hold on. That is the distance between, oof. All right, let me get another guesstimate here. Okay, so the actual distance between like basically the bottom frame rail to the top of the high bar is about 5.5 feet. So that's frame, or that's arms plus telescope or plus hooks. Is about 5.5 feet. Here, let me see if I can print screen.
So let's just say 48. Quick maths. 12 times 5.5. It doesn't hurt to overestimate.
That's probably like the bare minimum, honestly. But maybe 6 feet is probably a good estimate for the calculator.
Oh my.
What did you do?
So, the arm. So the arm rotation speed, and this is time to move the arms 90 degrees, loaded. So with robot weight. And again, that's a full 90 degrees. We're not going a full 90 degrees, but still, whatever. Is 2.21 seconds when it's at 40 inches. When I set to 66 inches, which is 5.5 feet, jumps it up to 21.6 seconds.
Oh my god. What?
And that's with a 1,300 to 1.
13? Oh my god. What is the... How is that even... So, other than moving the gear ratio, what do you do to turn that down? What?
Interesting. And terrifying.
So, would 2 gearboxes change that number? That's not 2,600 to 1. That's not... I don't think that's how gearboxes work, but it is doubling effort.
One thing I discussed with Mr. Hank is how does it change things with the fact that we're using 2 arms?
Okay.
My initial thought was it feels like going with 2 arms would reduce the arm load by half, and he said sort of, but not entirely. There's some calculation to it. He doesn't know it off the top of his head, but I think he said it was roughly 40% instead of 50. So let's 154 times 0.6. So let's say it's 92 pounds. That brings it back down to 2 seconds. Um,
Oh, we don't want to swear by it, but that does sound better.
it does sound much better than 20 seconds.
Yeah.
um, and something the zookeeper said was that they think if they used two motors to drive, that it would have reduced the load by like a quarter. Um,
Yeah.
Now, like I said on the phone last night, Mr. Hans thinks that one gearbox setup will be more than enough. I think we should do two, but what I'm gonna do to save us money off the bat is just go with his plan,
Yeah.
and then we can do it later. We can figure it out later.
I mean, it also took the zookeepers like a whole minute to traverse one bar. So
That do be true.
they did say that with like programming and stuff, it would go faster though. Because it seemed like they were doing that kind of all manually and kind of just figuring it out as they were doing it. Maybe that was another robot though, actually.
Let me put this back up to 154 and see what I can work out here. No, because I have to use the same DP. I can't use different DPs. That complicates things somewhat.
Okay, I think I'm going to get back to intake.
Okay.
Because for some reason, I also totally forgot that you could just have it like hinge correctly instead of having it all as one piece. Um, so you just kind of have it like just fold out. So then it should collapse pretty neatly instead of having it like have to like drive itself all the way up the robot.
So let's image.
In theory.
Yep. Mm. It do be kind of upsetting that different pitches don't match up.
That is very upsetting.
Mechanical. Um, Gears. Teeth. Half inch checks. they only have 20 20D in half-inch hex.
Better and I mean, Vex also sells gears. I don't know if they're any different though. I'm checking.
I am also checking.
The Vex is not loading for me for some reason.
Okay. Alright, so you know I'm... Bro, you know I'm searching gears. Let me... um... 20 DP... 32 DP... Probably... all 3/8. Yep. Why is it all 3/8? Why does it hate me? That was probably terrible if you're wearing headphones. I'm sorry. um, how you doing, chat?
Nothing from chat. I don't think.
But how are they doing?
That's a great question. You have any idea how things are going at the meeting?
I have no idea. I don't know if they're even watching this because they are the ones that suggested I do this. I don't even know if they're watching. I assume they are. Hello. Heck.
Okay, so I think the direction that I'm going now is a two arm linkage. I'm trying to think if that would even work.
Let's check in on Nate. He do be looking at the hex.
Well, I need this. Oh, I could have just done that. Let's see. Obviously, this can move, but that was just an initial guess. So what you do is, so you want it to be able to fold out, grab the ball, and then you want it to, for the most part, fold back in and then be vertically. And I think the best way to do that is by a 2-bar. These are the 2 bars. And then you just have like surgical tubing on the top, kind of just pulling it in. That's all I want. All right.
Okay, I need to get back to getting our superstructure worked on for you. I could deal with that later. It'd be really great to cut the frame rails this weekend.
Sure.
I still got 3 days to get to that. Well, 2 days after today, but okay. Bollocks. That's a bad word. In England.
Alright, that might be as far as I touch that for now until
And
L superstructure.
oh, um, need to see where at. Oh. Sir, where are my mounting holes?
Where are your mounting holes?
I definitely put those in before the other holes. M confusion? They're here.
I,
What? Also, it didn't insert. Well, it did, but then it. Where they at though? They they ought to be here, but they aren't.
perhaps the archives are incomplete.
Hello there.
General copy.
I'm gonna turn the light on. Ooh. Chair stream.
Yay.
Okay. But where are my holes?
That is a fantastic question.
I am confusion. America, where is brain?
Also, I know for the most part we haven't made that many of our own parts. But I feel like at some point we're gonna have to start naming them reasonable names.
Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, I see. I see. I'm learning. Look at me. Hey, look at us.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Justin, you've got a chat.
I got a chat. Yo. What up, Connor? Um, I allowed me to CAD because I'm literally the only mentor physically here on the team that has any experience, but I really have no experience. But you know what? It's better than nothing. I mean, I got this far, and I mean, Nate did the telescoping arms here, and I did the whole the chassis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thank you, MKCAD, right?
Yep. Why would...
Um, Let me just. I don't feel like fascinating it yet. Those holes don't line up. So I'll have to add a hole to the superstructure base. Yo, Connor, check this out. Um, to make our whole robot modular, what I've done is we're putting these dowels into the frame rails, and then we'll just put like a little cotter pin. I actually have an example. And then it'll hold the whole upper structure down, and it makes it really easy for taking the whole thing on and off to do any service on gearboxes, on the climbers, or whatever we're doing, electronics. And then all they'll have to do for wiring is they'll make like a big connector that goes on the side of this superstructure or something. So they just unplug that, and it all just comes right off. Easy peasy. That was some stuff that we did back in like 2012 that we haven't done since then. Because reasons, I guess. Anyways. So I guess if I'm going to do this 1-inch tubing going up the side,
Why?
I need to run this whole pattern up farther than that. I could do it there too. Connor, I stole this shooter plate from 4481. I guess not stealing if they made it publicly available CAD and said, "Hey, use this."
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yo, what up, Louis? Luis? Wow, sorry. It's been a while since I've seen you, Luis. I'm confusion. That. Let's see how 10 looks. Let's see how 12 looks.
At some point, I need to start. I know I was just talking about like having a naming convention for parts, but at some point, I need to start naming my part studios. Instead of Part Studio 1, Part Studio 2.
Nah. Part Studio 2B.
Yes.
Luis, where do you work? I don't know that I've even talked to you about that ever. I feel bad about that. This is mirrored. I'm just gonna do another linear pattern because I don't feel like trying to mirror that. And we're gonna go. Nope, not that high. Oh, because it's 1 inch. 5 inches. Oh, that's Nywick, right? the company formerly known as Spay War.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna call it whatever it's called now. It's always gonna be Spay War.
Right.
What'd you say it was called now?
It's like NIWIC, Naval.
Ugh.
It Naval uh, Information Warfare Center or something. Am I close? I know I'm close. It has naval in it. Um, you know what? We're going all the way up with that one too. Heck it. Uh, too much. That's fine. That's fine. Naval Information Warfare Center. I was really close. I'm proud of myself.
Like I said, I hate that. Nah, I'm not.
Yep. Spay War is cooler.
It definitely is. It's war in the name.
It'd be the perfect sponsor for Wando.
Ooh, you're right.
Except they're not called that anymore. Is there a way to do live audio in this thing? Luis, are you in Discord? Because that's how Nate is in here with me.
Yeah, we should have a call-in option.
That's beyond my ability.
Sure, that's a thing.
Well, Luis, obviously you're watching on Twitch, Luis. Discord, like the chat app. You walnut. All my homies drink water, so they're not walnuts. Meanwhile, I'm drinking C4 energy.
C4? Oh my goodness.
This stream not sponsored by C4, but it could be.
Sure could be. Because all 3 viewers, not including me, definitely work for C4.
True. Oh, is Connor still here?
Well, if it's
just...
me, and then Luis, and then one other person, then maybe.
Oh wait, I can't do that as a mod. I have to do it as a me.
It's a you,
Mod
Mario?
slash C McBride.
Wait, what? Why did it do that?
I done something wrong. What's the commands? What are your commands? I'll figure it out later.
Got him.
Oh well. So this is probably good. Do we want to do any cool patterns on the side, Nate?
Where would you put it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have fun names for my part studios and versions.
And branches, yep. Oh, wait, no,
Yeah, our branches too. I'm getting.
we're gonna have like double the amount of branches by the end of this.
Probably. I mean, the branch we're on. All right, so it started with version chassis done, There was a thing where I accidentally deleted something that I needed. Um, I had to go back, so I made a branch because I still don't know what I'm doing with all of it. I called that whoops. Um, we thought we were done with the chassis, but we weren't. So I made another version called chassis really done. Nate unpacked a whole folder of cot stuff, so I made a version of before Nate unpacked it to keep it in its folder, nice and neat. I changed that to main v4 branch 2. I got lazy on the name there. Nate was doing some climber things. I We had an issue with like the document loading, so I panicked and made another version to try and like do the cloud CAD version of saving. Um, and I've called this branch Lol branches because there's a ton of branches, or going to be, probably.
There definitely will be by the time we are done. They're not even branches. They're just like snakes because they don't like split off.
I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a
Are you?
slithy little sneaky snake. Sliding in your garden, gonna catch me mouse. Cause I'm a snake. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
I didn't do something right.
So I need to go and add a hole there. Um,
I'm thinking about going back. Mm, I might have. Might be able to do this without 2 bars, but I'm thinking about going back to 2 bars. Maybe.
Second.
Depends on how this works out.
Yo, that was a good guess. I don't know why I made that. Construction. Because I need to.
He's on Discord now.
Yo, okay. Um,
Too lazy to type it on the phone, except for all the stuff you have to do to make a Discord account, and then
um, yo, how about like nobody else follow this link?
oh, we're up to 4 viewers.
Whoa.
Better watch out. We might get it flooded.
Whoa.
The Discord is gonna be so overrun.
Oh.
Close the gates.
Okay. Now we do uh
Oh wait, newcomer has arrived. I gotta do the thing.
oh, do the react. Um, and manage. And then Luis just joined. In all the channels, there's a channel called General Voice. You just join that, and it should you should be able to talk to us. Yo, nobody else saw that thing.
Did you delete it? I
uh,
could delete it as a mod, but I don't know if I can do that on my phone.
it's probably fine. If it's not, then well, what's extrude 6?
I don't know why. Just that, not knowing what that is. I don't know why that was so funny to me.
Delete extrude.
Cannot be
That
solved.
hole. Why can I not? Oh, because I was in surface, not solid. Okay. Do all. Oh my. That's nope. Nope. Merge scope is that and this. And that should do. Yup. Look at me, I'm learning.
In the middle of build season.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh.
I like his little avatar.
It's probably a generic avatar
Yeah,
since he just joined.
So I like it.
I there he is. Hello.
Call in.
General Kenobi. Yeah, what now?
What he said.
Indubitably. Oh my.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right.
What up?
What's up? Sorry for the Russian cartoon in the background.
Oh, that's what that was. It's oddly enough, I barely heard it. It sounded
Good.
It sounded roughly familiar. It was that bit that was that bit in Family Guy?
No.
Okay, I remember there was a thing at one episode where they had like a porcupine or something, and they're like, "Here's a Russian cartoon." I don't know. That's weird.
I can run Twitch and Discord at the same time off my phone.
I've run into an issue.
What would that be?
I forgot that they work in metric.
Oh boy.
So their shooter hood isn't a perfect inch measurement. So I did my hole patterns a half inch from the side, and
Yeah.
they don't line up with the versatubing hole. They're just a little off.
Hey, I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why we're not doing this in SolidWorks?
Because this gives the students options to run it on any computer. So if they have a crap computer at home or their Chromebooks that they get for school, They can run
Oh
Onshape
my god.
on that because it is cloud
That's
based. And it also allows the collaboration that we're doing here. Like I can sit here and watch Nate do his thing and make comments on it, like it's a Google Doc, which is something you cannot do with SolidWorks. You have to do all sorts of like file sharing with flash drives and have somebody be like
Google Drives.
the file master and all that. Whereas this is just like it's all right here, no matter what computer you're on, no matter who's working on it, any of that. It's
Because
just
it's web based.
right. And while I've never done professional CAD, I really like this more than the concept of having to do all that personally.
I gotcha.
Plus, this allows for all sorts of cool custom feature scripts. Some of those feature scripts may already exist in other programs, but if they don't, you can, or if they do and it doesn't here, you can make it here. Or if there's something that doesn't exist anywhere else, you can just make your own thing. And we use that a lot. I mean, that's how we've gotten so far so quickly. When I have like zero experience doing this.
I gotcha.
So I need to go back to that thing. And
It's funny hearing the delay between Discord and Twitch.
oh, we'll just mute Twitch.
Yeah, probably.
That's right. Yeah, only. There we go. Oh, no, chat only.
Да, Рома уже проснулся, да, уже 6 часов он точно проснется. Он спать сейчас не пойдет, не пойдем его поздравлять днем рождения. Ты свой.
Wait a second. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Discord with the robotics team.
What has happened?
Whoa, why does that look like that?
Is this not perfectly 90?
Not possible for me to make a mistake, and I did. So obviously somebody else went in and made a mistake for me.
Oh, true. That was me. You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's a team environment, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I told him it was me that did it for him.
Mute the audio.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Should just be one of the options in the bottom, like you click on it and then there should be like a little speaker thing. You just click on it.
Contract maintenance. Oh, it's in the options, but
Justin, can you hop in real quick? I'm in intake. So this is
Hang on.
the concept at the moment.
It's still loading. Hang on.
Oh.
Following Nate. Okay, I'm following
Okay.
Nate.
So this is the concept at the moment. It is a little tall, but in theory, this rotates out. This rotates out. Blah, blah, blah. But I have the geometry of it set up so that, like, at a very specific angle, it will be with both within the 16 inches and pretty far out of the robot. So with the one linkage, you just need a motor to move the one linkage outwards, and then in order to constrain it to the other, like to the exact angle you want it to be, instead of having another link, you just have it,
You want to check if
like
they're
held
in?
up by surgical tubing
Um,
or another link, which could work. But you have stopped following.
yeah, I'm still here. I'm just looking at it from different angles. If you start rotating it yourself, it stops following you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like how you have it mounted though. I do
That's the
for sure like
general
that.
idea. I think I'll constrain everything around that, going forward. And that mount itself is like an anti-mark mount, I think. It's either anti-mark or Versa.
Mute. I'm on mute for a second.
You know what? You could even wrap the surgical tubing around the climber, even.
Is that geometry gonna work? Because it looks like it doesn't. Unless
Because it's behind the frame rail, it's still within.
well, I don't mean like the length. I mean the ball coming in. Like if you have it all the way out like that, it's too short.
So,
or does it bounce up when?
since it should bounce up because like the wheels it'll grip against the wheels and then grip against the bumper. I mean the overall shape could change to fit that a little bit better. But I did like put another ball in between to see if that would work. But the wheels will compress and then the bumper is gonna compress. So I would assume.
Gotta be honest, I'm concerned about it.
Which part? The fact that it doesn't like.
I also want to do a linkage, but we may be better off just going with like a straight rotate down and it's out.
Problem with that is that it's not going to reach as far. I don't think.
I mean, it doesn't have to reach the full 16.
It's not about reaching the full 16, but you want it to be farther out so you can grab them easier. This is not even close to the 16 inches. It's still about 2 inches away.
There is also the concept of that we've kind of had of using. Okay, well, when you rotate up there,
Yeah, the angle itself could probably change. That's the problem is that this is 2 inches wide, so it's the same width as the intake wheels. So this is your best idea of what it would look like. We could probably, and that's the beauty of probably having one linkage, is that you can mess with the angles otherwise. Mm.
I don't know if you can see it moving.
I don't think if you move it, it moves on my screen. Wait, no, that kind of.
Well, it moves if or it moves on your screen if I let it go. So now it's in the robot.
Yep.
I was just moving it all the way around. Um. Right.
See, if we only have one set of arms, we can. If you have two arms, you have to constrain it to the geometry of how that arm is set up. But if you have two or just one arm, then we can, we get a little bit of variability in terms of like what angle does the front arm tilt down, what angle like how far back does it go, you know. If we design one big kind of like cone that just rotates in and out, then it's not gonna, you're kind of locked in. Maybe.
Which, I mean, isn't terrible as long as it works right.
Also, I'm also concerned just about like just the packaging of a big cone. It's gonna be It's gonna be similar in like size and form factor.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to think. Let me look back at that build block. You want to be able for it to reach over the bumpers and be wide enough to account for a ball. It's gonna be mounted very high up on the robot, and you would need like mounting space for that. Like if the ball is 9.5 inches, and then if it's only rotating from one point, then that's like it's about like a foot out or like from the robot that you need to start mounting things.
Right.
Unless you pull things from like the climber or something in order to do that.
Sorry for all the noise there.
It's all good, bud. You can actually, you have the ability to mute yourself if you're not wanting to talk at the moment, and there's a lot of noise going on or whatever.
Muting and unmuting, don't worry.
Okay.
That's the filtered part.
I need take a quick break.
Okie dokie.
That's the thing I'm looking for.
Are we?
Back. Wow. Okay. Nate, I'm gonna let you keep going for now. I'm gonna try and get this finished for you because I really need to do that.
Okey.
Um, shape. The sugar plate.
And hey, by the way, on when I was purchasing an iPhone for my wife, I ended up meeting the husband of the girl that was selling it, and he actually works for a robotics company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dope.
I was trying to talk him into it because they live out in Somerville. I was like, "Hey, are you interested in robotics since you work for a robotics company?"
I would sure hope so.
Are you interested enough to give up hundreds of hours in a year to some high schoolers?
Never know, man. He does have a kid about to be born as well, so who knows how that's going.
Why are none of these? Okay. You need to be there.
Oh my god, MKCat now has an every bot. It has the like the every bot. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they just give their CAD to MKCAD people and they just upload it.
Yeah.
And they yeah.
I'm kind of shocked at how quickly they put it in.
Oh. Do I have to make this a branch to do that? I don't want to do a branch for this. Not for this one thing. I'll just I don't know what they had out here. Okay. Okay. Nope. Just out of curiosity. Okay. Clones, and you can update to Mo Beta 2. And now, now, look at that. Okay. So what I need to do now is give Nate some support. Nate, you can do it.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Yep, you can. Indubitably.
Indubitably. Yeah.
Indubitamente. That's Spanish for indubitably.
I would have assumed.
Quick pursue. Sketch. We'll just do it from the top, because then we will be able to adjust this overall height later. Center point rectangle 1 by 1, and then all I have to do is extrude it.
That bearing.
And let's see, that was 25 plus 1 1.5 inch increments. So 25 divided by 2 plus 1, 13.5. 13. Let's say in the origin, let's do this as that's not what I want. Symmetric. Okay. tube converter. Yep, we're going to do the thin stuff. Okay, then on the left side we're going to do another sketch. Construction line from there. Then make this a non-construction line. Dimension from there to there. At least 45. You know what? Let's make it. $45. So 40, 50, 60, 62.5. Is that too much? This is 1 inch spacing on this tube, right? Minus 0.5. You know, if it's not enough, we'll just add more later. Okay. Name. Extrude to remove through all, and okay, mockup, insert, insert. Let's do a fascinate. Get it? Haha. Oh. That pattern's supposed to be half an inch offset. Why is that? Oh, because that's why. Don't know why I did that. I'm glad I got faster on it.
For a second, there were 2 Justins.
Yeah, it do be like that. Whole spacing, 1 inch.
also something that I need to, because I asked programming before I really got started if they're gonna need the camera. Yeah, I already told you about this, so I'm gonna need to find the spot for the camera. It's probably gonna have to be like another plate, and then have like a 3D printed mount, so it's like kind of at a good angle at the floor.
Why I keep doing that?
What?
I just keep doing something silly.
Well, don't be silly.
That's a silly idea, Nate.
You know what's funny is I'm scrolling through this build blog, and there's a whole section on plug and play. That's kind of funny.
Yo, Connell, are you there?
Don't tell Connell about that. Oh my god. Time is going.
Time to be going. I'm so confused by things.
So, have you locked down a area for the superstructure?
Area, yes. Um, let me- oh, oh. There. If you look at mockup.
Ooh. Okay, I see it. Huh. Okay. I will do what I can with that.
Yeah, you will.
I have more of a fleshed out intake if you want to hop in. Oop. Obviously, it's a little too long, but this is overall what it would look like. But now that I know where this is gonna be, I could work on another linkage.
I want to play with it.
Please do. I think I'm gonna hop out for now, though.
Oakley dokley.
So good luck working on the studio hood. I'll be back in a few hours.
Oakley dokley.
Have fun with Luis. Bye bye.
I probably won't be here in a few hours, but yeah, okay.
I'll be in and out.
Okay. Nate do be having school. Why is it being like that? I am confusion. Why are you like that? There it is. That's right. I have one there too. So remove that, and then I can move it over here. What? Oh. Why do you like that? There we go. That's correct. Okay. Fasten that to fasten. Fasten. Okay, and then dimension from okay, so 11 plus some. Do the same thing. Yep. One. Extrude. Symmetric. What did I say? That. Okay. Tube convert this. We'll just do the same thing. Sketch. thickness of the wall to stay unconstruction line. Dimension the angle 35 plus 22.5. That's right. Extrude that to remove and through all. Dimension there to there. I don't get why it does that. Auto offset. Okay. My names are all over the place. Fasten. God, I hope this isn't. Wait. Boy, it's a lot of motors. Gears. We haven't even done an intake yet. Hey guys, cat is hard. In case you were wondering. What size are these holes? Oh, okay. Inch and eighth. just do that. So we can then go right across. Nice and easy. Why did you undo that? I am confused. You know what? Let's how about we just go the lazy way. Let's look inside the Falcon. Wow. Dumb. Okay. Like how it's all hexagonal, even though it could totally be round. Anyways, moving on. That does like fit in there, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then we need to do it again. Also with a short shift. Nope, we're probably not going to use Falcons on the uptake. I don't know what kind of motor we're going to use on the uptake. I guess that'd be easy to figure out what we could do it again. I suppose I should... Can I just... No. 2. There. And now we're looking pretty good. Let's go and insert another falcon. Short shaft. I could have just left that one in earlier, but that's okay. There. 2 there. Other way. Solve. Oops. Okay. Okay. Half inch X rings, or yeah, bearings. Or should we use the thunder hex here? They don't have the thunder hex on MK in half inch. Weird. Oh. Two. 3, 4. I see. Let's do this. Fasten. Two. I know my PC's at risk. Oh no. Okay, bye night. We may need to pick up another Neo or two. I'm kind of up Okay, they were using Neos on Versa Planetaries. Were they doing 2 of them? Just the 1. Cannot tell. Just 1, it looks like. Okay. I guess I can just put a Versa Planetary. Yo. Put this. Of. Yeah. 550. I guess I need to discuss this with the other mentors. I probably need to go to the meeting tomorrow. For now, as a placeholder, I think we have a ton of 775 pros. I'll just do that. Connect rotation. So 9-1 is what they were running, or feeder wheel 3-1 on that, 9-1 there, 5-1 there. See, it said, yeah, okay, yeah, it does. 3-1, 5-1, 80%. 80%. Let's see, that says 15-1. Play it. I don't see any difference. I'll see a little bit. It seems to come out a little bit quicker. Okay. So, 3 stages of 3-1 should give us. I just need to. So 2 stages. Yeah, so it's. Yeah. So start with 15-1. We're doing the high at 5-1. Should I maybe just go 5-1? Compliant stealth. I should probably go a little bit lower because it is. They said they don't need the flywheel mass with the 2 motors, but if I go really fast, it probably will. So I should probably go with a little bit slower. Probably go with the 9-1. Versaplanetaries you can change easily. That's the thing with them. So I don't even really need to think about it that much. I'll just say, okay. I guess I can just. Oh wait, can I could just do that and then calculator. 3.75. I think I'll stick with that. I'm just going to fasten. Okay. I can almost even put the falcons inside and put the pulleys on the outside. Right? No reason I couldn't. While I'm doing this, let me. That's why I can't. So 9.84. Nice. Okay. Spain chill fireplace AMSR is watching. That do sound nice. Some fireplace words ASMR. Need to put some pulleys. Yeah, those are, yep, sure it is. How do you... (16 to 3mm). Go ahead and just put 2 of those in. 16 to 3mm. Doesn't exist. Why are you like this? Okay, so I can... I guess I don't know... I guess you're like exactly what I want, but other. Yep. Delete you. Give me options. Don't just let me read it. What am I looking at? Police. Fearful. Um, does the Falcon motors? Why are you better, but also worse? I don't comprehend. Um, Well, that is a little annoying, but actually, oh, I need to put an order together for Mr. Johnson for Vex. I'll do that later. But anyways, I can continue on this because now I know that there are adapters that will make this easy peasy. So please. Let's just do pulling. How big is 5 millimeters? English. So 3 millimeters. I really don't need a big. That's an 1/8 inch. No. It's less than a quarter. And 15. So divided by 0.4. A little over half. Yeah, I think 15 probably the minimum that we need, TBH. See what that looks like. Let's just put you. Those do be pretty big though. We don't need that big. Undo, undo, and undo. Oh, those are simples. Wait. 2, 3, 4. What's the difference? Oh, that was just kind of West Coast part number. It's the same thing though. Fasten. U. 2. Yo, let me just yes. Insert documents. Shape. Um. So, as you can see, we're making some good progress tonight. But I'm gonna have to get off here soon because 4 a.m. comes pretty early. I wonder if that'll fit in there. We will find out in a second. like it does sort of fit in there, but not very tight. But anyways, let's keep going. Then what I can work towards tomorrow is getting that up a little bit higher. We may have to do testing and then figure out what we can cut off the back and see if we can maybe put some support beams on the rotating bit of the climber. But we'll see about that. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a wrap for tonight. Oh no. Do not show all. Let's actually then let's take this and this. Let's move them so they're outside of the frame rail. Let's move you out to the edge. Can't really go any farther, but yeah, this is mounted to the frame rail though. Oh, I see. I see. We'll figure it out. We'll see if they can give us a longer shaft or something. I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know. But this could be our best option, and then we'll figure it out from there. So I just had an idea that I sort of hate, but I also love. I don't know. Anyways, let's take a look at what we got so far. So we've got potentially a climber setup. We've got shooter hood kind of conceptualized. We're gonna have to do something a little bit different with these superstructure brackets, but that's okay. That won't be terribly hard. What we will likely do is some sort of funnel from this point here out to kind of the corners, so that any cargo that comes up over the bumper during the intake process will just kind of conveniently fall into the whole uptake system. And then it should be able to kind of hold a piece of cargo here. Let me... current document. There we go. We may have to do a little bit more, but this will be relatively close to what we're looking at. So these will actually be able to come down just a wee bit. Let me hide this again. This is definitely not the easy way to do this. Oh my, okay, let me just... That doesn't show all the mates. That just brings everything back. Okay. Okay. Wait, I can just do this, and then I can. So, point being, this can go a little bit lower. I know that was a lot to get to that. kind of dumb. Anyways, gonna call it a night there. And we will be back at it tomorrow. It's probably relatively similar time as today. What is this? What are you? Don't know what that was. Or that. Oh, maybe that meant it was configurable. Oh, yeah. Long shaft. Okay. Anyways. It's coming along. We are getting there. It's a robot. Okay. Good night, everybody. Ignore my OBS. Goodbye.